Okay. Excuse me. Says I'm live. I must be. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and scrub forward until you see something start happening. We'll just wait for some people to come on in. And I'm right on time, as usual. So just give it a few minutes. Doesn't take long usually. Notification out. So we'll just wait. Hey, Amy. How are you today? Be thinking for Dee Dee of a way to de-stash easily. Because it's going to make, I know that. Hi, Gail. Hi, Christine. We've been talking about it for a few days, the best way at it. Good. Hi, Kat. Hi, Joy. All right, people are coming in, so we won't too long. I'm thinking about doing this hollyhock today because it's about the only thing I've got ready. Because it always sneaks up on me. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Juanita. To have you back. Missed you. Thanks, Dorothy. We just went for Robert's doctor's appointment last week. Hi, Jilly. And he was a butthead about it. He didn't want to go, but we have to go. It was an annual appointment. I'm going to the oncologist, but his regular doctor, when there's nothing wrong with him, oh my God, he thinks that's a total waste of time. But he has to go because he needs refill, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we went, got it done, went shopping, didn't buy anything. I mean, I'm trying to think if I even went. I did go into Hobby Lobby, but I don't think I bought. Oh, I did buy a couple journals. I'll go get them real quick. But yeah, otherwise, I didn't really buy anything there. But anyway, last week all the master's tech stuff was 50%. So I did get, and I haven't even unpackaged them, so you can tell I really needed these, right? You did? Oh yeah, I'll show mine, Amy. I bought 2 of these journals. Some of them were soft cover, and this one was hard cover. But they feel really good, like rubbery. Hi, Dee Dee. Yeah, so they had a really pretty purple one, and Amy is a purple girl. So she got the purple one. We always need what we buy. Yeah, right, Juanita. I lived a lifetime without this, but it was half off, and it has the dot grid, a smaller dot grid, really light paper. So I thought, well, oh, I can use that. And then they had these. So I bought one, same paper inside. Yeah, I needed a hole in the head. So anyway, you guys be thinking about Dee Dee's unstash or de-stash. And it's on her video today, or even on this one, and I'll make sure she gets them, or send her an email. Keep in mind it has to be easy because she's got a lot of stuff, and if you're going to dig in and ruin your life for like 2 months, it's got to be something doable. So if you've ever done it or would like to see an auction, whatever, think outside the box, put your thinking cap on, and get. And I'm going to try and help her. If we do an auction, I'll be there that day to help. I don't know. Just, it's overwhelming. And I know if I was going to do it, it would be overwhelming. I don't even like to open my cupboards, much less start pulling crap out. So you know how that goes. And as you guys know, it is Inktober. Okay, Joy's thinking an auction would be cool. See, that was the original idea. And Denise, Dee Dee's daughter, is also going to help. She's going to come down and help her package it up and stuff like that. So Denise would be there the day of the auction. Yeah, but it's got to be doable. You know, like it can't be where somebody yells out, "Oh, I want that." No, there's too much. Hi, Sherry Ann. So anyway, it's Inktober, and I've gone back and forth, back and forth. What to last year? I love last year because I did the vintage flower packets, and after I drew them, I watercolored them. So that was really fun for me. But when I did, it was in 2017. I think this was the first year I participated, actually, and did the cartoon characters. The list was so long that I didn't get through them all. So I thought, okay, I'm going to cartoon characters again, volume 2. But then I decided I'm going to put it all in one book. So I'm going to have to redo the cover. And I thought today I would maybe make a new cover. And I thought, well, no, because I don't know how big it's going to be. So I'm going to have to wait until I'm done to have it. Yay, Tracy, sticking with Inktober. You know, even if you do something just really simple, it's a discipline. I mean, I've been drawing more this last 5 days than I've drawn in months. Something very precise. Watercolor drawing, this isn't precise. I can draw that out, just boom, get it done. But these where they have to actually look like what you're drawing because people are going to takes a little bit longer and a lot more thought, I think. And the reason I chose the cartoon because I like trying to duplicate the lettering. So it's not so much the character itself. I want it to look like what it's supposed to look like, right? I like doing the lettering of, you know, each of the different fonts. Hi, Folo. So I'll just flip 17s quickly. Little Lulu. And a lot of these are very, very old because I was going with the older comics. And I'm probably going to do some of the more newer ones. So Little Lulu, Sylvester and Tweety. Some of them I shade, some of them I don't. Just depends on the day. Popeye the Sailor Man. I love that one. Dumbo. I like Dumbo. I love Dumbo. Hi, Carrie Ann. You're up in the middle of the night again, Carrie Ann. What the hell are you doing? Here's Elmer Fudd. Dennis the Menace with Ruff. And I do go ahead and look up the year that each of the characters was published and who published it. So, Dennis the Menace and Ruff. Betty Boop, she was my mother's favorite. She came out in 1930. Pogo, 1948. I like Pooh. You're not sleeping, obviously. Or you're typing in your sleep. Speedy Gonzales, 93. Tinkerbell. I didn't write that one down. I don't know why. Or maybe I did and I cut it off. It's hard to say because he's down. I might have lost something. Petunia and Porky Pig. Mr. Magoo. I like Mr. Magoo, 1949. Petunia Pig are from 1935. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Didn't write that down either. Roadrunner, 1940. Pinocchio, 1940. Walt Disney. But actually, 1883, Carlos Collodi. Nancy, she was in Sunday Funny, 1938, and his name was Sluggo. I remember these because I read them all, right? And was that Boo Boo? I think that's Boo Boo. Richie Rich. He was one of my favorite comic book characters. That's from 1953. Yogi Bear was 1958. Curious George, 1940. Chip and Dale. That was Walt Disney Productions. So usually if they didn't name an artist, I just went with Sluggo, yep. That was 1943. Walt Disney. Archie card books were my absolute favorite. And I may have told you guys when I was showing these in 2017. Hi, Joan. I had a big stack of comic books, and a friend of mine, her name was Rhonda. Don't remember her last name, but I remember her name was Rhonda. Borrowed my comic books and never gave them back. Thanks, Folo. Hi, CB. Little Dot. I like Little Dot. 1949. Tom and Jerry. This one I could have shaded more, but depends on the day. 1940. Huckleberry Hound. 1958. Some of these are getting younger than me now. Henry. A lot of people don't remember Henry. I liked Henry. 32. Pepe Le Pew. That was my boss. 1945. Pink Panther, 1963. Hot Stuff, The Little Devil, 1957. Casper the Ghost, 1939. And that was 2017. That was 31 days. You remember Henry? Yeah, see, I remember Henry too. Okay, so then because I'd done Snoopy on the introduction to this one, I did Peanuts again here with Lucy and Snoopy. Inktober, the Zin. Olive Oil, I actually had drawn this. I kind of cheated. I had actually drawn this in 2017, but I went ahead and used it for my first one this year. And that was E.C. Seeger, 1919. Winnie the Pooh, 1924. Milne, we all know that. Jughead Jones was out of the Archie Cooks, and that was 1942. And then today's that I just posted, hang on, I'm going to cover up tomorrow so you can see it, is Scooby-Doo. So, and I can't remember, I think it was Galena that was asking me to do Scooby-Doo. So Scooby-Doo got done, and then I've got one for tomorrow already prepared. So I'm a couple days ahead. Going through your entire childhood, believe me, it's mine too. You know, like these are all the comics or cartoons that I watched my whole life. So, yeah, so I've still got a list of what's to come, and I'm going to do some of the newer cartoons that we read today. I'm going to probably do Dilbert just because I have a love-hate relationship with Scott Adams. I'm going to tell you the truth, but yeah, that's a whole nother thing entirely. So that's my Inktober, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna do my damn to post one a day. And so when my book gets done, I'll be able to bind it, and it will be all by its own self. I'm gonna bind all mine. So, and then I got a fun package of Happy Mail from CB, and I'm glad you're here, CB. It was fun to get. Let me cover up the addresses real quick. So this was the envelope that it came in. Maybe filled with sunshine. It's always fun to get Happy Mail. I love this washi tape, CB. I mean, I love this washi tape. So I'm going to have to go in search of that, because that's some sweet looking washi right there. And inside, hang on, she made a card. CB is good at everything she does. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's always well done. So I don't know. I think this is Dykes that she actually put together, which I would never. I have one similar CB, but I don't have that exact one. And then she left it blank so I can use it. So, and I like this. Yep, I made this. Don't. That's cute. So, I got a card I can use. And then this fun package of yeah, I won't read the note, but thanks for the note, CB. It was so thoughtful. And then she sent me this package of stuff. The Minions. I'm actually going to draw the Minions. I finally lost my mind. Don't bother to return it. It's working properly anyway. So that will end up in the Beast for sure. And then she sent me her A's. And CB, I think you'd said that you made these for the art retreat that got canceled this year. But this one's really cute. Let me hold it up. I'll put it against black, so hopefully it'll... Before it was popular, I tweeted. That's so cute. But all the little raised, it's just so good. Everything she does is just amazing. I'm going to save the girls. Look at this one. I love the foil, because I'm foil challenged. I love the Minions too, CB. But look at that. Is that not... The paper is textured. It looks like it's got threads going through it. So it's very tactile. It just feels really, really good. And it's just so well done. CB, you never cease to amaze me. And the gold stamping, it's just beautiful. And CB's girls. I just love CB's girls. Every one of them. So these were the two that were in this package. Look at that. Black skin girl. Her hair is fabulous. And CB draws these. And then either watercolors, paint, or CB in chat, you can say whether it's watercolor or whether it's colored pencil. But it is gorgeous. Absolutely. It's so well done. And you draw them bigger and then shrink them down, right? Hi, Kimberly. But look at that. And then the necklace, well, you can see in the camera, it's stickles. So I love that. And then this one. They're amazing. Amazing. This one looks more watercolor, I think. And it could be a combination. But they're absolutely gorgeous. So then I went and I looked, and I thought I took all my ATCs out of a binder because they had just overgrown the binder. It's a digi background. Okay. The blue one? Okay. Well, it's amazing. It's so well done. Because there's little stars. It's gorgeous. But your girl faces, well, I've always told you, yours. So I went ahead and got out the ones that I had put together. And I think I've got more CB. I've just got to go and all so I can put them all together. So these girls can now go in with CB's other girls. But these are all CB's girls. So if there's any doubt whether or not she is amazingly talented, there is no doubt now. Obviously, is me. It's good to be princess. Because before I went gray, I was blonde. I had blue eyes. I don't wear my tiara every day, but I probably should. And I screwed up her crown a little bit. I deserve emeralds. And to be princess. Yeah, they have their own house. And then I just put some of the ATCs that I had made up there. But now these can, and your other ones can go in there. So I'll have a whole sheet of CB ATCs. And we were fortunate to have them. So CB, thank you for thinking about me. You're just the sweetest thing ever. And then she sent me, and this will find a good home, I'm not sure where, a fountain pen pin. It probably will go on one of my caps, CB. Yeah, nowhere near Dee Dee. No, CB, I think we're all different, but your talent is equal to anybody. So yeah, this probably will go on one of my caps. It'll have to go on a special cap. Maybe the one I wore in Australia all the time, which is dirty and nasty, but it's still. So thank you, CB. Thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this, thinking about me. It's so much fun to get a fun package from a friend. And I should be better. I'm sorry, I'm not better. But I am going to work on, if it turns out, or an art tote. I don't have an art tote, CB. My whole house is my art tote, okay? The crap is everywhere. Hi, Jersey. You be a mom in virtual school. It was a lovely gift, right, Folo? Hi, Jane. What fun images. I know, she's so good. And actually, when I was looking for the ATC sent, I looked back through a lot of the swaps that we did, and I almost pulled out the Halloween one because we did that Halloween and it was so much fun. So next Monday, I might have to pull out some of those ATCs so some of you newer people can see what amazing some of these fibs are, because we used to do them. I do need one more pin, CB. I have a lot of need pins, you know. So anyway, I thought today I would work on this, and if it turns out, this will be the next giveaway. And my wrist, I think I just have arthritis in it. I didn't hurt it. It just, with the weather change, it's just been hurting so dang bad, and my too. So I just put my brace back on for a couple days until it is up, right? So this hollyhock drawing, and I've shown this 100 times because it's probably one of my very favorite watercolors. Just love her style. Watercolor, Making Your Mark by Karlyn Holman. I hope I'm saying her name right. I just love her style. I like that it's got a lot of texture in it. Her colors are all really bright. Nothing is real. And even though I tend to be real precise, I just love the end result. And most of you see paintings that I've done out of this book. If you want to see them, I'll drag them out. I try not to, Tracy, and most of the time I take glucosamine for my wrists and my knees. My knees are blown because I was a skier and I used to race, and so my knee, I'm probably just biding my time until at least one of them is going to need a replacement, but that's from skiing. So anyway, I'll just flip through the book really quick, and this is the one we're doing today. But look at hers. It's just her colors, her backgrounds. I think it's her backgrounds that are so flippin' amazing. This one I haven't done. I would paint every one of these much in the same style as her. Maybe not always the same colors, but in her style, because they're just amazing. This one I absolutely adore. I would like to do large and put it on a wall. Janet with Susie. Well, no, I wasn't ever that good. But I did race. I was too old to be racing, honestly, but I did because they needed somebody in the older group. And I did okay, but yeah. And if I could go back, if I could ski again, I would in a heartbeat. I would ski again. Hi, Kimberly. In a minute. But I know it's, for me, it would just lead to pain. And because I'm so out of shape now, I would end up hurt. But look at just something abstract like that. It's so neat. Hi, Deborah. Look at this one. There's just, I look at all of them and I just go, oh my gosh. And the only way I'm ever going to really get good is if I just do it. So that's why I decided today I'm just going to do it. This is the one that I did that I gave away before. It came out good. I've done this one a couple times. Love this one so much. And then that other sunflower one. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I love the colors in this one. And being fall, it probably would be good to do stuff like this. This is negating. And that's a whole deal that I haven't necessarily gotten into, right? Thank you, Flo. Here we go. I'm going to do it as much like her as I can in the same order. I was thinking I would do the flowers and then do the background later. I think I'm going to actually do the background, which is kind of hard because you want it to dry naturally, because I didn't use some salt and gauze to create texture in the background. I'll do the stenciling and whatnot later because I'll lift those colors up. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it a go. So she wants you to start out, and I haven't done the palette or anything yet. You'll watch from beginning to end. The only thing I've done is do this drawing. I don't remember, honestly, you guys, if I drew this with the graphic pencils, but I'm hoping I did. So keep your fingers crossed that this is just going to meld into the background. But I drew it so long ago, I don't remember. So, yeah. But she's out by saying wet both sides of the paper. I'm only going to wet one side, and I'm going to try and go around the flowers as much as I can. I don't care if the colors get into the flowers, but I'd like to leave them quite as much as I can. So that's the goal here. So wet the paper. I'm going to go ahead and create my palette, and hopefully this will be enough colors. If it's not, I'll have to get out another one. Always she uses yellow, and I'll tell you the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use, the top of this is Daniel Smith. The bottom is M. Graham. Oh, you know what I could use? Where did I put it? Is this it? I'm going to use that granulating, yeah, I'm going to use this. This is a Primatech Daniel that granulates really well. I'm going to use that. Amy gave it to me. It's awesome. All right. That was just a rabbit trail there. I'm going to use a lot. So you think I'm getting out a lot of paint? I am. Okay, yellow. Which red? I want an orangish red. So maybe. It's so hard. Maybe the naphthol. All right. Yep, this red. Kind of got a little bit more orange in it. So Won't need probably as much of that. And if she gave the colors, I don't think on this one she said just create your own palette. So I'll just pick some what I think is really nice colors. My favorite light blue is manganese. So I'm not reading chat. I will in just a minute. The Daniel Smith well, at least the manganese blue doesn't wet as nicely as the M. Graham opinion. They're all really nice paints, though. I also thought this one would have been fun to do with the Paul Rubin glittery paints. But if I'm going to make prints of it, I don't think that photographs that well. So I thought we'll have to play with that later. The dark blue is going to be the granulating Daniel Smith. Let me tell you the name. Blue Apatite Genuine. And it is a pretty, pretty blue. I used it on the leaf painting that Amy and I did from CC's Creations, or Creations by CC. Like watercolor and you don't follow her, go follow her. She's amazing. Very creative, very inspirational. Not wetting quite as well, but now some nice greens. Get all the blue out. I'm going to use a light green and a medium green. That should be enough. If I want dark, I'll come back. That'll get us started anyway. This is watching the colors run in the background. And this Thursday, Dee and I have been doing a stream where we bring other people on, other artists, and talk to them. We've had Mary on, Mary Autier. This morning, this Thursday's is going to be the comic book hut. So that's fun. All right, we've got some colors to start. We can come back if we want to, because we own all the paints. All right. I was going to wet with this, but I think it's too unwieldy, so maybe, let's see what else I've got. We'll use this one. It'll hold a lot of water, but it'll be easier to control. Haven't seen a CC video for ages. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. If you think you sub to somebody that you enjoy and you haven't seen them in your suggestion or a notification, go back and check, because a lot of my subscriptions that I know on the bell because I want to see their videos, I haven't been getting notifications. So I don't know what YouTube's doing, but go back and check. Said that same thing for her. I'm not getting notifications consistently, so I don't know why I start on the right better. So yeah, go back and check your notifications and stuff because they're jacking. Not sure if it's intentional or unintentional, but yeah, I know it to me a lot. And I need to go through and clean mine out. I've got a gazillion subscriptions of stuff that I know anymore. Partly because I think people's tastes change. You know what? I'm going to do this a section at a, because otherwise I'm just going to fight the drying of the paper. You guys see okay? You want me to move in a little bit, or is this okay? The black is some sort of water soluble product because it is moving where I'm touching it, so that's good. I don't mind that. Pretty wet. I am painting on arches, so it's really nice because it will hold and handle a ton of water. Beautiful. And I noticed the other day when I was at Hobby Lobby, I was actually going to buy some arches, and they don't carry it anymore apparently. Thanks, Tracy. Glad. Well, it was unusual that Dee Dee and I would both be gone the same time. Mine was a doctor's appointment, and Dee Dee just took a really, really well-deserved time off. So it just so happened. It wasn't a conspiracy. We weren't braiding together. It just turned out that way. That's a deep, deep red. I don't want to do that deep. But whatever happens, happens. Okay, I'm going to move to a smaller brush now. Get these blues in. Oh! Won't hurt anything because it's in the background. I'm interested to see what this Primatech paint does. I'm moving my water so I don't have to put my arm in front of the camera all the time. Okay, before that dries, I actually want some more green up in here. That looks like a big black down here, but it's really not. And this is just a tub O stuff. I like the way gauze looks when it dries. The problem is you've got to let it dry naturally. And this has already had green watercolor on it, so it might transfer, and that's okay with me. I don't mind. All right. Thought we were off having grilled cheese together. Oh gosh, someday that's going to happen, Kimberly, and it's going to be my day of my whole life. And her daughter came down, and I don't think I'm telling secrets on Dee Dee or nothing. Her daughter came down, and she fixed her grilled cheese. And I wanted to be there really bad. But someday, I'm sitting in Dee Dee's kitchen, eating grilled cheese with Denise and her. If things work out. Yeah, they're awesome, right? That's why I love Inktober. And most of you know it, but if you don't, when you go on Instagram or probably yeah, I don't Facebook, but on any of the social media sites, search hashtag Inktober 2020, and you're gonna see the most amazing art. Maybe not from people we know, but just amazing art. That's about a hashtag. All right, that section is set up to go ahead and dry. Maybe I'll add a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more red in here. Hi, Sharon. Just check and chat. And I just got clean water, so I'm going to have to go get some new clean. My bad. Darkening up some areas. That blue didn't get as dark as I would have liked, so I'm going to go back and add some of the dark blue. Because when this is done, I don't want to have to go back in and jack with it a second time, you know? But I want the blue up next to the flowers to be pretty dark so that the pink will just really, really pop. That's kind of my hope and my plan. We'll see. Like when you could plan anything, you can't really plan too much of anything, so. All right, let's see how that, and it's much darker on camera than it does in real life. So chat. I didn't even know there was Cattober props, Jane. I think I follow you, Jane. I'm not sure, but I will look it up because I'll go back and check. I'll get some fresh, clean water because I stuck my yellow paintbrush in it. And it'll jack with everything I do from now on. So I don't want to be jacking it. Because with any luck, some of you will end up with a print of this. All right, fresh, clean water. Hopefully I don't do that again. All right. This small little area, so. Really, really cooled off here, you guys. I mean, like, amazing. It's awesome. Really, really awesome. I'm not sure that I'm ready for winter, though. Like, really, really cold, but the nice, cool days have been awesome. I'm not sure I like the green when those two are met. We'll let that just move around and play. All right, the rest of that back after I'm done with the painting. Hey, Scooby-Doo. All right, I'm going to do this part, and then I'll do this part later. I think it's easier if I do it in smaller, then I'm not freaking out about whether or not the paper is staying wet. Don't need to be freaking out. And other than doing Inktober, I really haven't been doing much, you guys. And much art anyway. I'm behind in the Beast, but I'll get up tonight, I hope. Yeah, I've pretty much been a lazy slug. Getting back into drawing every day, I think, is torture. Well, it's not torture. Is enough. I love that dark blue so much. When out and lightens up as it's drying, it's so pretty. Okay. So I hope you guys are working on something. I just got some more blue. I need to get some more yellow out. I didn't get enough. The only thing I'm really thinking about when I'm just laying these colors down, mostly is it's an attempt not to create mud. Pretty much my goal here. Let's see. Do some of the light blue first. I'm looking at the book quickly as well. Mine's not exactly like hers, but I want it kind of the same color scheme because I think it's so pretty. This is where I'm in danger of making absolute mud down with the green and the orange. Yeah. I'm on the verge of mud right there. Thank you, Deborah. We'll see. Now my paper down here is definitely drying out, so I hope I'm not sorry that I did this. Go ahead and re-wet it again real quick. That's why I'm breaking it off into sections, because if the paper dries out, yeah, I'm really sorry. My little sopper upper. And I will go back in and add some darker blue in here, so it gets dramatic. And I wish the color replicate accurately. I really do. But let's put some salt, and I want that real light up there, and I'll extend that over there as well. So let's some gauze in. You know what? I'm not, well, what the heck. That one's got a blot of something on it. I'm not sure if I want that or not, but who cares? If there's a dark spot there, we'll just always remember. I wasn't sure I wanted to do that. And if you can see it's making mud, go ahead and sop it up before it gets really crap, you know? Hey, Brooke. No, I can't mess with that too much because it is drying out. I should have gotten a little bit wetter. But we'll put some salt on just in case. Just not sure how much the salt's going to do. All right, I'm going to try and be a little bit more mindful. More water on. The brushes I use are the black velvet, so I love them. They're the only, I don't want to say they're the only really good brushes I have, but I've used them the longest, and I decided when I bought them that I was going to try and proficient with them, with good brushes, rather than going back and forth, because I was doing that. I was using garbage brushes, and I'd use the silver or the black velvets, and it's almost like you got one thing that you can depend on. So that's what I did. So I can try other stuff, but always use the same brushes. That's not one of the variables I have to think about. Because if you start watercoloring, you can go crazy. Yeah, I think there are days I still go crazy. But at least my brushes aren't one of the variables that I have to question when something either works or doesn't work. All right, down here was mostly blue. So I'm going to go ahead and add in here um, anthraquinine or something like that, I think is the color. Because it's a real nice dark blue, and I think it's going to work good with the Daniel Smith Primatech. We're hoping. That's the plan anyway. Because this is going to be real blue down in here. That looks really on camera. It's not as dark as it looks, I promise you. And it will dry lighter. Goofball. All right, we'll leave it like that. I'll go back in with some a stencil after it's all dry and pick some of this paint up. I don't know why that happened. Hang on, I changed the Logitech settings, just popped up for whatever reason. So I can't see the screen. It's going to be hard to paint on this after I get this sopping wet with salt and crap. I'll do my best and we'll see how we do. I'll stop and chat after I get the background done and let it at least sop up a lot of. I'll show you guys either some art or some books or something. Or maybe I'll go get the ATCs that I was talking about. Okay, and then this side she has shown really, really light colors. The yellows and the greens, so we'll go ahead. In fact, I need to water that down a little bit. Almost too bright. Almost put my brush in the clean water again. If you had any clue how often I do that. When this starts drying, I do want dark reddish spot right in there. I can see a slug on that page ready to gobble your. Yeah, right there, great big slug. Slugs are the bane of gardener's life. I had beautiful, beautiful garden at my house in Boulder that my husband had built above ground. You know, he built me an above ground garden. Just really, really nice. And I ordered a bunch of flowers from, I don't even remember the nursery now. With those flowers came slugs. And I mean, I had an absolute infestation. And I mean, spent a gazillion dollars on flowers, perennials for this garden. And I ended up with this flippin' infestation. And I would go out, and I had to be to work pretty darn early in the morning because we opened like 7:30. I would go out like 5 o'clock in the morning and hand pick slugs for like an hour before to work. It was ridiculous. You do not want a slug infestation. And all that crap about put a little of beer out, or all those slug remedies that they tell you, none of them work worth a damn. I'm telling you. Carrie, my blood pressure is sky high again. No idea why. Yeah, you probably should check on the high blood. That's a scary thing. But anyway, you do not want a slug infestation. I literally would pick hundreds off my flowers every morning, drag them in the house, and put them down the garbage disposal. I hate slugs. I had never had them before I ordered from that nursery. And I'm pretty much with the color palette that I set out here originally. I've added a couple other, like up there I added a pink, but I'm pretty with the same palette. Even grosser, putting them down the garbage disposal. Well, what the hell are you going to do with a jar full of... Y'all can tell me what you would have done with them. What do you do with them? Like, sometimes I'd taken, if I was really pissed off. Now you're going to find out what an absolute complete animal I am. Sometimes I'd just put salt on them. But I thought that was cruel. I thought the garbage disposal was... a good solution. You guys don't think, though. You think that's gross. If you ever had an infection, you'd do the same thing. I promise you. Especially if you knew how much money I'd spent at the nursery. That you would, my God, get rid of those slugs. We have them down here, but not like the infant had. Smash them to pulp. Yeah. If I had smashed these to pulp, it would be like walking us. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you literally how many there were. I could pick nonstop. It wasn't like I was even looking for them. They were just there everywhere. Everywhere. All right, I let that dry a little bit too much before I put that down, so and I just tainted my red a little bit. I'm going to add some paint to this. Not sure how this is going to work. We'll find out, won't we? Sometimes when I try stuff that I don't know what to expect out good, so yeah, we'll find out. My favorite part right now is this blue, and I use Daniel Smith Primatech with the actual minerals, and it's granulated so nice. Like, you guys can't see it, but the granulation down in here is awesome. I'm going to add some dark blue to this piece of gauze here in just a minute too. Okay, we're moving on. I should dig out the pictures of that garden. It was gorgeous. And it made me realize, after you move out of a place that you loved so much, and when you lived there it was so gorgeous, don't ever go back and owners have done or have not done, as the case may be. You'll be so disappointed and pissed off. You'll want to, like, throw eggs and wrap their house in toilet paper. Just saying. They just hadn't kept the gardens up. Like, they had a big dog who was making tracks all over the backyard. I was just like, oh, it was so nice when I lived there. But their house, their money, their decision. All right, we've almost got a background here. Let's see. No, I'm going to stick with my same light blues. I ran out of the manganese blue hue, so I'm just getting it directly out of the palette now. Because I use that place on the palette for something else, so. Okay, right now I can't go back and add any water. Just looking to see if I've done all the background. All right, see that actually in there is background. What the hell was I thinking? I think my drawing is not theirs. Okay, because there was a place where there was a break. So I'm going to go ahead and do it as background. We'll see what will happen. Hope I'm not sorry. Going to see if that was a big, fat, huge mistake. The thing is, if it was, I'm learning. It's kind of like the day we did the magicals. That painting is still sitting here. I haven't finished it. I haven't decided with it yet. I don't like it. But I haven't thrown it away yet either, so. That will either make this or hide it. I don't know which. We're going to find out. Love the background, forget the flowers. See, CB, that's why I love that artist, the Karlyn Holman. I think like the flowers are secondary to how amazing her backgrounds are, and mine aren't as good. I mean, I think it's going to take years and years of practice close to her. But you can tell that after she did the background, let me move the painting so I don't jack it up at this point, because it's so far I'm liking it fairly. But you can tell, and I don't know how much she talks about this when she's doing the, I should have read this before I came on today, but I didn't. How she went back in later after she did the background and painted in hints of the actual flowers. So, I'll try and replicate that as best I can. So much to see here that you can't even absorb it all, and she doesn't do every step in her descriptions, which is fine because she kind of wants you to make it her own or your own. But as I look at this, it's just had to do this and this and this, and then she had to go back in, so I want it to be mine for sure, but so eye candy that if I could even come close to this, I would be like the happiest person alive, right? So I've used somewhat her color scheme. Tried to keep it dark in places that she had it dark. But yeah, there's just so many layers that she does. It's just awesome. Oh, this is what I bought at Hobby Lobby too. I did buy the Tiny Timmy because they had everything Timmy either 40 or 50% off. So thanks, Dee Dee. Groundhogs on one end of property and woodchucks on the other. Oh, groundhogs. I don't even want to tell my groundhog story. I won't even tell it. Because then you guys will really think I'm an utter beast. Remember Groundhog Day? All right. Time. All right. This over here, it seems to be dry enough up next to the flowers that I think get away with painting this without totally wrecking the background. I'm pretty sure. Oh, let me get out a different palette because it's going to be totally different colors. But I want to save this because I might want to go back and add, and I don't want to have to come watch this video to see what the hell I did. See if I have a clean, yeah, I'll just use the plate. Why not? Because for the flowers, it's pretty much, I should look up what pink she used. Selection of pinks are so pitiful. I might want to get out the Mission Gold. I'm going to get out Mission Gold for the flowers because I like the Mission Gold pink. And I don't have, other than, what's it called? Opera pink in the Daniel Smith. I just don't have a selection of pink. Here's the Mission Gold. So I think I'll use them for the pinks because they've got a really beautiful pink. The bright opera in theirs is really nice. The prettiest one is the quinacridone permanent rose. And I need to probably order that because I've gotten Daniel Smith, which could be pretty too, would be the Rose Madder. But Nam Graham, I don't have a sink. I need to order some paint. But my birthday's coming up. You just try and mix it. I suppose I could. I don't really want to get white in it because of the opaqueness of that. So I'm going to go with Daniel Smith or the Mission Gold Rose. It's a really, really pretty pink. I'm going to need a bunch of it. Now I have stuff out that I did not intend to get out. Blah, 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 blah. Do I want the bright opera? I don't hardly ever use this color. Let's just in case. But to me, it's just too neon pink to be pretty. But maybe if it mixes with the Quinn, which it just did, it'll be okay. We'll see. Live and learn. Okay, and I need orange. I'm not in love with this orange, but with a little bit of yellow, it turns out pretty. And I think I want some Aussie Red. And then I'll wait on the greens. We'll do the flowers first. All right. Tainted my clean water. I'm going to go get new clean. That'll be the colors for our flowers first. Never order before your birthday. Are you kidding? I told Robert. I don't know what we were talking about. We weren't talking about my birthday. But I said, if those graphitin pan watercolors come out, like tomorrow, I don't know when they're going to be released in the US. But whatever day they're released, I am buying my birthday present. And it can be in February, it can be in March. My birthday is actually November. It doesn't matter when it is. I am getting myself a whole set of them. And he's so nice. He said, well, you should have them. The only thing that I know for sure is on my wish list that I definitely want those graphitin. And I don't know why I want them so bad, but yeah, I definitely will be ordering before my birthday. When it gets November 1st, it's game on. All right. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, not sure if I want to do this like dry painting or if I want to go ahead and wet the flowers and let the paint do. I think I'm gonna try and control it a little bit more is what I'm gonna try and do. I wish I had a clue. Okay, that's this thing. It's really gonna be a pain. This is the top one. We're going to try this one way and see if we like it. Okay, we're just mixing it together because we can. I'm trying really, really hard not to put my hand down in the wet paint. Okay. The way that's spreading, let me hold it up. You kids do that, and then what do you get them? Certificate. I think gift certificates are awesome gifts. Okay. I need another sucker upper is what I need. All right, that worked out good. I like that because I can go back in and add darker when I want to. So that worked out good. Okay. I think I got a plan, man. No. Oops. Wet water. I must love you guys to be trying to paint like this. That's all I can say. All right, now I can go ahead and get a couple of them. Sucker upper. I'm going to paint them individually, but I'm going to go ahead and wet the paper beforehand, so I can go back. Like that one, I'm going to have to go back after this one has dried, so they stay somewhat separated. Okay, see that spread out quite a bit up there. Going back and adding later is very dangerous, so just know that going in. You don't want it later. Using this plate might have been a dumb idea because I just tilted it and all my colors went together. I'll go back in later and do that. But I want to fix that up there first because now I'm pissed off and I don't like it. That one's turning out just like I like it. This one's not bad. All right, let's see. Let me see if I have a clean palette here. I might have to. Because I really did goof up my paints, you guys. That's the danger of using a plate, a flat like that. If you tilt it, you're screwed. But I thought for 3 colors it wouldn't hurt. Amy, I'm using arches. It can handle the water better, in my opinion. Of something that I want to turn out really well. For practice and playing, I don't think it's practical to use arches because it's expensive. Order some arches as well. I was hoping I could get it at Hobby Lobby, but they don't carry it anymore. They used to carry it. Not anymore. All right, got to get new paint. Sorry, dudes, I goofed up. My bad. No, Gail. Actually, I probably will use the orange and pink that mixed. I'll give it a test and see. But yeah, I might be able to use it for the center of the flowers. No big deal. Live and learn. We can recover in a heartbeat. And you can have a chance to dry. And then the other one I got was that quinacridone. Which I don't necessarily need it right now. That's for later, but we'll use it anyway. Okay, we've already recovered. Need a little bit more of the opera pink. Okay. That's what I should have done to begin with, but being me, Amy, I can't remember. You love your Micron Pigma? Yeah, Micron, in my opinion, are the best proof pens out there. Unless you're going to use dip pen. And then I would say use India ink. But for a drawing pen with waterproof ink, I don't think you can beat the Microns. I just don't. I use them constantly. Bulk. Okay, and I just did something that I said is very dangerous to go back and add water. When it's not yet dry, because you'll get water lines. So do as I do. Okay. Moving on. That flower next to it, I have to wait now because it's still wet. This is a great big green leaf, I think. Yeah, it is. And this is a flower back behind it, so I can go ahead and do that one. And now the rest of this isn't so wet that I can't touch it. So, and there's a few background areas. Like right in there is a background area that I'll just have to go back and improvise later. That's why I wanted to save that palette that I had created. So I'll use the same color paint, but I'll have to go back and do those small sections later, which is fine. Oh, you just got the Traveler's cover? Oh, good. I'm Jane. I'm glad you like it. And because you aren't trying to, yes, they are the black velvet brushes, Amy. I use them, like I was explaining earlier, I use them because I know what to expect. And so when I'm doing kind of experimental, for me, it's better to use something that I know expect out of it. All right, this one's not touching anything, so I'm going to go ahead and do it next. And if I was doing this when you guys weren't around, I would have let this background completely dry before I even went on to attempt this, so that I'm not disturbing the salt or doing whatever. But since I'm on, hang on. Hey, sorry. Yeah, you just kind of got to go with the what you got, you know. No big deal. But the edges now, I think, are dry enough that I'm not creating a total disaster for myself. At least I haven't yet, other than goofing up my paint, which who cares? All right, I think I have some lines in here that I intended to erase. That's going to dry really, really, really light pink. And then, because it's almost like the flowers folded over, so you're seeing the back side of the leaves. And I probably could have or should have painted that as two separate items. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love books. You want a big one of that. You know what? The cool thing about being my neighbor is you can ask for that, and I will absolutely do it for you. Funny the dangle initials haven't arrived. The I'm pretty sure that the journal cover before the dangle initials, Jane, so it's probably not unusual. I thought those were, Yeah, those were 1 week and no, just doesn't like this. So my theory about that is I would much rather enjoy her time, and if she doesn't like watercolor, I don't expect her to be here. And that's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. I don't feel anything about that. I want everybody to be happy. You thought it was the other way around? Well, it might have been, Jane, but I think I did the journal covers before I did yeah, they were a week apart, and I think I did the journal covers a week before the Gangle initials. I'm almost certain I did. Anyway, they're in the mail system, and now it's anybody's guess what'll happen. I've had so many crazy things with the mail system since this arrived. I mean, it's probably, maybe not daily, but it's a couple times a week where I get mail for my neighbors. And we're having to drag their mail down to their house. But it's common that Robert's dragging the Schwartz's mail down to their house. And the other day he showed up early in the morning. He'd gotten my mail. So and it's not like Schwartz and Young or Vaughn are names that are easy to confuse, right? Now, if I want to go back up there and mess with them, I really got to wait for them to dry. You've had a package stolen for me? Yeah. See, I don't know. I just don't have huge faith in the mail system, and that's sad, but I don't. Only because, well, one time, now this was really scary for me, but thank God people are, I don't care till my dying day, I'm going to believe that people are, for the most part, honest. But there was another young family that lived on Monkey Island. And it was back when Jim was in the hospital. And so I had all my mail saved for all the time that I was away from home, right? So it ended up being like a big package of mail. Big package of mail. I'm not kidding you. And so I called the post office and told them that we had returned home and they could go ahead and deliver the mail. And in a small town like that, you can do that. You know, it wasn't like I had to go into the post office and pick it up. I just called and said, okay, we're home now. You can deliver my mail. Problem solved, right? Well, I didn't get my mail and I didn't get my mail. And so I'm calling the post office saying, you know, I haven't got my mail. Well, we delivered it. Well, you didn't deliver it to me. So, I don't remember how it happened, but I got a phone call. And this woman had been trying to track me down. Unfortunately, it's a small, so I guess she'd talked to one of the restaurant owners and asked about if they knew Janet Young. And Joyce told him, oh yeah, they live over here, and gave him my phone number. And she called me and she said, I have a huge package of your mail over here. So I was like, I'm on my way. I'll come get it. And she probably 2 miles from me. Well, maybe not even that far. Couple miles anyway, let's just say that. Went over there and got the mail, and when I started looking in it, it had our Social Security stuff in it. It had our bank account numbers. It had, if you wanted to steal my identity, all you needed was that packet of mail. Well, it had gyms in there too. But like anything you'd ever want to do bad was all in that pack in the mail. I was so angry because it was at the end of the year when you're getting your W-9s and stuff like your investment stuff. And yeah, I mean, they could have done absolutely anything. They had my social security number. They had everything. I was pissed. I need to leave it alone. Stop. I know what I want to do with them, but I can't do it right now. Darn it. So yeah, I was pretty mad at the post office over that. Oh, we were very, very lucky that it was a really honest person. Should have done is just turn around and hand it back to the mailman, you know? But she hung on to it because she said, I knew you'd want this, that there was, you know, like stuff like, yeah. So now I get none of that delivered mail anymore. Anything I can go paperless on, I go totally paperless. Totally paperless. Because at least then, you know, like you'd have to hack into my computer. It's not going to be easy as just opening the mailman misdelivered. And we don't have the trouble here, but I guess in some areas they have a lot of people literally taking mail out of mailboxes. We don't have that trouble here that I've heard of at all. It happens. Yeah, see, I have too, Gail. Just everything I can do paperless now, I just do paperless. The only time I hassle, honestly, is if you change your computers. When your URL changes, then your bank statement's a little cuckoo. But otherwise, yeah, paperless is definitely preferable. Right now, I'm just getting the light pink on there so I can go back and add the dark pink after it dries. So I don't know how much painting I'm going to be able to do while you guys are here. Oops, that was a leaf. Oh, no, I didn't paint over the leaf. Never mind. My bad. It's that neon pink. But I just want it real, real light on these. I hope this turns out good and I can make prints to give out to you. And I'm doing much the same as Dee Dee. You know, if you leave a tip jar, I'll mail you out something. In fact, I have one right now that I haven't heard back from the lady about getting her dress, so I can send her. We do here, community mailboxes, bro. Oh, really? Thanks, Jane. You must get good stuff. Yeah, no, my mail now is just the most boring crap you've ever seen. Like Robert goes out and gets it every day. It's a pile of junk. Rarely ever do I get anything that I even want to have. Oh, they take mail from your box? See, I've not had the problem. Of course, they probably look at it and say, "Is all this stupid woman gets is junk?" And I'd have to say, "Yes, that's all I get. Everything else paperless." You have a camera out there, Amy. You should be able to find the punks that are doing it. Yeah, they would look in our mailbox and say, you get junk. They wash the checks and rewrite them. Oh. Wow. Well, I never mail a check either. So there's that. The check I write is when Robert orders parts from Grasshopper, because for whatever reason those buttheads won't go paper, or at least I don't know that they have. All right, let's see this up here. I'm just checking the drawing to make sure. Okay, this is actually pink here. Well, I should have gotten the graph tin out so I could draw in stuff. The graph tint isn't dissolving as much as I might, but I might have pressed too hard too. That could be my bad. I didn't even think we had that problem, Amy. Well, and another thing, is really rare for me to put mail out in my mailbox. Yeah, see, Grasshopper, you have to send a check to pay. But otherwise, everything else I do totally. Checking to see, this is going to be pink. All right. I think these are dry enough up here, but I'm upside down for a while because this is wet down here, and I know it's only a matter of time before my hand ends up someplace where I don't want it. Because I do that a lot. But it's okay, I can think upside down. And backwards. Dang it, too much water. Now, this is the part that I like, where you can send some dimension. Like these right now are just flat pink, but when I can start adding some detail and dimension, that's when I start really enjoying watercolor. And it's not a quick process. It's going to definitely take a while for the wads of gauze to dry. Yeah, I so want to turn this upside down. Now you guys can't see that detail that I'm putting in. Sorry, my head's in the way. The gauze on the left bottom. This one looks like a shrimp. Sorry you guys had to look at my dirty gray hair. I'll try to be more mindful. No, upside down, left. Oh, this one looks like a shrimp. Yes, it does. Okay, that one I think I graduated just about perfectly. I'll come back in and work at on the top of it later, but right now I think that graduation of color is pretty much awesome. Well, you know what, CB, I've decided ocean documentary is almost probably better than anything else that is on. Honestly, TV is such garbage. Just all right, this one I'm gonna do much the same way. Maybe I'll wet it first since it's not completely dry. And I won't get bangs, you know what I mean? But I like this one that is so pale down at the end of ours, because if you've ever seen a hollyhock, they kind of do that, you know? Especially after they're a couple days old. I think I'll get these done for sure. Maybe I'll go in. I'm going to say I don't want to do the stalks until after it's all dry. So I may save this painting and finish it next week, you guys. See the whole process, because it's kind of slow. I think it's fun to watch it kind of come to life. And next week when I finish it, it'll be fun because I can take off this and we can finish the background. and you can see it happen. Tell me if you want me to do that, or if you just soon I go ahead and finish it and I don't torture you as well. I know what Eileen would say. Just finish the damn thing and throw it away. Because I know my friend. Let's see. Where's that other pink? I'm doing this one fairly vibrant. Congratulations. Hi, Tab. What are you guys congratulating? Your 52nd anniversary? That's CB. That happens probably pretty darn rarely in this day and age, where you can tolerate the same old fart that long. Or that old fart can tolerate you that long. I don't know which it is, but that is quite an accomplishment. So good on you. And Wit. Wit's part of that equation. Wit is CB's husband. I don't know that I'm at. I'm going to go back and undo what I just did. I'd love to be able to say that I was married that long, because I think it means love. I can't live long enough to be able to say that. Well, either Robert can't, but just smoothing out some of the lines on that one. So, are you guys going to do anything way fun for your happiest anniversary? If it was me, I'd be like, let's stay home. That's my favorite thing to do. Let's stay home. And I shouldn't have wet that whole thing, but I did. So now I'll just have to go back in and add some dark. And leave it. Okay, bye, Jane. Go have a good day. Well, see, CB, I think that about Robert and I too. Which one of us is harder to live with? But that could be part of the reason that it works. Is that we know we're both a little bit hard to get along with. Grill out for dinner and stay home. Yeah, see, that would be my, actually, is let's just stay home, or you go pick me up something. That would be what I would want, is go pick me up something to eat. So I get a night off and we can just sit here and eat. And actually, we do the same thing that we do every day. So there you go. Hey, R. It's good to see you. All right. Now I switched it around so you can see its proper orientation. I'm not going to mess with these anymore. And I can't add the green yet. This is all pink over here, but now that I've gotten this wet, I can't really go in and do that. So I'll go ahead. These aren't dry yet. there's really not much else I can do while they're still wet. This one's dry. Yeah, I would do the same thing that I do every day, which I guess indicates that I'm pretty happy with life. Just say I am. And I feel fortunate to be able to say that I am, that I pretty much love life. I'm not sure if that's a function of age or what, when you come to terms with the way life is and you're happy about it. Hey, Jan. I want to leave this bottom part, for the most part, really, really just a pink. Have you been arting, Dar? Artie? All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do this one. Hopefully I won't get watermarks. We'll find out. So this afternoon, I already have tomorrow's Inktober done. So today is a choice. You should see Artie Dar's stuffage. I've always loved Artie Dar's work. Where are you, Artie Dar? Because I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I answered you at Dee Dee's this morning, Dar. I'm not doing Tamara's Lifebook 2021. Thanks, Jilly. Are you out of here, Gail? Later. Good day. Yeah, I'm liking the Hollyhocks too, Jan. And I'm going to finish it extreme. But I think I've got a pretty good base going. It's going to be hard for me not to work on it this week, but I think I will. Just as soon as it's dry, I'll set it aside so you guys can see the rest of the process. And I should be able to finish it in 3 weeks, because that left is the green. Well, no, I've still got some pink left. Well, you guys have seen me do the pink, so I might go ahead and finish the pink after it dries. And this one I just need to get through. Here, and details, I'll save all the details for when you guys are here. see it all looks one color, but I'm graduating it. So far it's coming out. Hasn't. Pretty happy with it. These up here are drying, so I'm going to go ahead and on those before we leave, put that orange center in because that's when they start looking really cool. Day 5 in the book. You did it already? Yep, I've 5. I've got one. I already posted today's and I've already got tomorrow's, so whether or not I draw tonight is strict my choice. Because I don't very often plan ahead, but I did today. All right, I'm going to leave that one. That one has a lot of detail in its petals, so I'm going to leave it. But I'm getting the thing done pretty well right now. That's green. I'm not going to mix any of the green, but since I got the orange out, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the orange while you guys are here. Any white that I want to add back, I'm not going to leave it here at the beginning. Any white that I want added back, I'll go back and this looks awfully orange. I think I better test this before I put it on there because I don't want to goof up at this point. Oh no, that's a decent orange. I could do that. I turned it upside down again. And say, this doesn't look the right orientation. Well, it's not. All right, that one's dry enough. I can paint now. That's in the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this bigger one, I probably will leave a little bit of, well, yeah, I will. Because I'll have to do the shadows. Even on watercolor, I generally go back in and add the highlights later with a white pen. Now they look a little bit better, right? CB said, hi, Robert the Rat.
Good afternoon. How's Dee Dee?
No, that's CB.
DB, okay.
CB, and you need to put on your freaking hearing aid for me. And I'm practically yelling.
That's true.
He just got his ass chewed. He doesn't mind. He needs to wear his freaking hearing aids. All right. I'll go ahead and put in. think that's all that's probably ready for it. All right, they're going to look really good with little shadows in them too. I'm wondering if it's dry enough. I think it's dry enough that I could take off the salt. Let's take off the salt. Let the gauze stay and dry. But most of these salt drops now. That one needs to stay for a little while. If they have a puddle under them, you want to leave them and let them suck up the water. If they're dry underneath, you can go ahead and pick them up. I love the texture they leave. Isn't it odd that the blues dry before the reds? I wonder what that's about. Now that's really weird that right there pulled all that blue underneath it. That's really strange. You never know when you use salt what you're going to get. And this side of the painting I don't think was ever as wet as the others. This one did. I wonder if that's just a particular shade of blue that does that. But it's cool. I like it. So use salt, because salt makes it really cool looking. All right, I'll read chat real quick. Tracy, where are you posting your stuff? I like to think that I'm following everybody on IG, but I don't know if I am. Like if I get a notification that you followed me, I always try and follow back. Okay, that one's dry enough that I can pick it up. It's not going to change anything. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's see. That one's probably as done as it's going to get too. All right, I'm picking it all up. Whatever happens, happens. I'm liking this background a lot, you guys. And it's only partly done too. Remember, I get to go back and paint in some details. This one I was kind of worried about. I was afraid it would turn muddy, but I don't think it did. And that black mark did come out darker, so that's cool. You're channeling Eileen for me? Sorry, I'm just reading parts of chat here and there. If I'm a little slow or late or delinquent, you know. Okay, I am loving the background. Loving the background. All right, check-in messages. Somebody just sent a message. Maybe something I need to know. Did Tracy answer? Oh, you don't know how to post? Tracy, Instagram. It's really easy to open an account on your smartphone or, yeah, almost have to have a smartphone. Wonderful, don't mess it up. Thank you, Eileen CB. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm liking it so far. Yeah. Do you have a Lane just messaged me Pelican? So I had to tell you about it. Yeah, if you have a smartphone, oh, you don't have a smartphone, then that's going to be hard. Probably your best bet then is are you taking photos of them? If you are, probably the next best bet would be Facebook or Twitter, because you can do either on PC. Oh, I prefer Instagram to Facebook or Twitter at times, Jilly, honestly. How would you post with the stories? You'd almost have to type in the stories. Like on Facebook, you could post the picture and then in the area where you comment, you could type in the small story. It sounds interesting though, Tracy. I'd love to see it. And Twitter, you're limited to the number of characters, so that's weird. Good job, CB Eileen. Now go order something from Amazon. There you go. Jilly is doing a great job. Go order something. That's your job. I've got just a few minutes left. I think I'm going to go ahead and darken up some of these. Just where they meet, crisping up the edges and darken them up. Gotta be really careful not to stick my hand in that because that's still wet. I'm really doing that. Does anyone else stream tonight? Monday night. Geez, I don't know. I've gotten away from computer so much. I don't think any streams on Monday. Used to be Jean streamed after me. But I'll talk to Dee Dee about it. If Dee Dee's still here, somebody suggested that we get Jean as a guest on Thursday, one Thursday, and I think that would be a awesome. Because so many of us, don't hear from Jean anymore. She tweets occasionally when she's gone out with her cousin or something like that, or made something to eat or whatever. But I think us probably don't hear much from Jean, so that might be fun to check in with Jean. Can you guys see that detail at all? I don't think you can. Yeah, I think it would be fun to have Jean come on and just show us what she's been doing. She can show her old art. She can show the knitting she's been working on. But yeah, I think it would be fun to do a catch up with Jean show. Because I think, like, when you're a fib, you're kind of a fib forever. It's not like you go away. So it might be fun to catch up with Jean. Hey, Lena. Kitchen duty done. That's fun. I still have that ahead of me. Looking for wet spots or dry spots where I can actually put my hand. I'm going to re-wet this. Just add some darker paint for depressions or whatever, right? Love to see some of Jean's knitting projects. Yeah, see, I suspect she's probably preparing for and holiday gifts and stuff. So how much of it she'd be willing to show, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't care because, well, our Thursday show for sure. I think it's dry enough. So maybe don't mind showing what she's been working on. But usually this is about the time that she really digs into Christmas projects. And maybe if we convinced her to set up to stream, get the bug to come back and entertain us. Maybe not every week like she was doing, but occasionally, right? All right. Jean has new glasses. Oh, that would be awesome. I didn't know that, Dorothy. I haven't watched the video yet, so don't be telling me. Lena's video I'm talking about. I think it just came on my notification morning. When I go over it, I'm just trying to soften the lines so they're not in your face, so they start looking more like a shadow rather than a line. Having the crew here Monday. Oh, that's right. You guys got Thanksgiving coming up. Yay! Honestly, I'm such a Scrooge. I hate to even think about the whole holiday season. I really do. I mean, I'm just being absolutely honest. I'm absolutely not looking forward to the whole. I never do anymore. I used to be big on Halloween. Well, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and now I'm just like bah humbug. Forward to it at all. And I don't really even know what we're doing this year. Don't know. That I will I have to paint some green in there. All right, this is getting dry. Probably could move over here, but I think I'm going to call it a day. Maybe I will. All right, I can do a little bit of shadow on the stamens, so I think I'm going to do that. We have so much pretty colors we can use. I think I'll use quinacridone, burnt orange for the shadow. Shows up. If it doesn't show up good, then I'll. Oh, that's the wrong. Never mind. Wrong color. I thought that didn't look right. This might be dark enough. We'll see. You can't do Thanksgiving? Well, if I want to do Thanksgiving, far be it from the government to tell me I can't visit or my family can't visit me. Screw them. If I want to have my family over to enjoy a meal and enjoy Thanksgiving in my own house, now you're going to get... Because no government is ever tell me that I can't celebrate or see my own family. My aunt in April, we still haven't been able to have a funeral. Now we can have state funerals for everyone that dies, and people can travel from all over the country to get there. But I can't drive to Tulsa to have a funeral for my aunt. I'm pissed. I'm pissed for her family, her kids. I'm pissed for us. I'm pissed for everybody. Because a freaking criminal dies and they can have a state funeral, you can kiss. It was really hard for the... I'm sorry I got mad. No, I'm not really sorry. It's something I'm really adamant about, because it was hard for her kids. They couldn't get in. Lived in a assisted living. I mean, I can't even say assisted living. She lived in a beautiful retirement community. They couldn't get in to go through her belongings, but they had to pay rent on, and they were being kept out. There's just so much about it that you can just get mad about. Gets me mad. I felt sorry for her kids. Really sorry for her kids. All right, I don't know how much of that you guys can see. It's so maddening that you guys can't see the color, the detail. But when I take pictures, you will be able to. In this one, I do quite a bit on that fold over flap, but I don't know, it's starting to come together, and I know I'm really, really slow, but hopefully it's going to be worth having when it's done. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? It'll be really start getting the greens in. Probably, since you guys have kind of seen the process up to here, I'm going to go ahead and finish all the pink before next week, because you've pretty much seen that. It's just going to be a repeat of what I've done to about that much of this. So I'll go ahead and finish it, and then next week you can watch me do the green and finish the background. Some of the fine lines, yeah, I haven't screwed it up too bad yet, but I think when you start seeing the green and there's a little contrast in the flowers, it'll look really good. Keep your fingers crossed. So I appreciate you guys being here. CB again, thank you, Mel. I love your girls. I feel so fortunate to have them, and thank you for being a mod. Appreciate you guys so much. So go have a great week. Do the best you can and be kind to one another. All right, love you guys. I'm out of here. Thank you for being here.